prisoners of conscience released because of Amnesty International.
The benefit performances were televised across the country, and by the end, Amnesty International had raised more than $2.5 million and become a household name among rock fans. Thousands of letters were written to governments holding a number of political prisoners. Amnesty claims that led to the release of 3 of them. It also doubled Amnesty's membership. Jack Healy now plays to standing room only at colleges across the country.
In Suriname today, the police are putting guns into the mouth of 4-year-olds and blowing their brains out in front of their parents. Where can children your age go for protection? I'd say to you, join us.
It seems as though in the 60s there was one specific thing that affected everybody's lives in the United States, and that was the Vietnam War. In the 80s, to rally behind a cause, you have to be that much more aware because it's not something that touches you every day unless you let it touch you every day.
I love U2 because they speak of, they sing of political issues, and not many other groups do that, and they raise consciousness throughout the world.
Program T-shirt!
Over the years, U2's commitment to Amnesty International has continued to escalate. On their solo US tour, in every city, in every concert, volunteers from Amnesty were there, pencils sharpened.
And although the US has no formal diplomatic ties with Cambodia, we're sending it to their embassies in Eastern Europe.
Do you know what you're signing there?
The Amnesty International petition for Amnesty International to go to Vietnam.
If U2 wasn't singing about it, though, would you be signing petitions like this?
No, I seriously doubt it now.
Is it enough to sign a petition?
No, they need to do more than that.
Why have you got this written on the back of your jacket?
My father was a political prisoner in Cuba. He disappeared in 1971, and they threw us out of our country.
Is it right, do you think, for a rock group to espouse the view of human rights?
A rock group is, especially like U2, is world famous. If they don't do it, nobody else is going to waste their time to look for people like my father.
You ask a lot of kids in the name of love to help other human beings, which I suppose implies a sense of sacrifice on their part. Do you make any sacrifice?
You're making me nervous now because you sort of, I feel like the Pope, you know, and honestly, not a very good Pope. I'm a rock and roll singer, completely overpaid and a spoiled man of his generation. I got the best job in the world. I'd do this even if I wasn't paid. Do you know what I mean? And I don't make any sacrifices. I don't make any sacrifices for anybody. People shouldn't get the music mixed up with a musician. I mean, I'm a musician. I'm an ordinary man. It's the music that's extraordinary.
Extraordinary or not, the music is certainly popular. And reviewers say the exposure they got performing on behalf of Amnesty is one reason why. But the closer they align themselves with a particular cause, the more they open themselves to criticism. Many cynics say that it's a good gimmick to take on a cause like Amnesty and to use the suffering that people are going through in rock music. Has it at any stage got near to being a gimmick?
That's amazing because, you know, when the record companies sort of offered us their box of gimmicks, I don't remember one of them being Amnesty International. I remember it might have been saying F on the television so that you achieve notoriety. It might have been, you know, making love to the Prime Minister's wife. I don't know. But that wasn't one of the ones put in front of me.
In lots of people's minds, you're now almost synonymous with Amnesty.
Yeah, John Lennon had this phrase he used to use. He said he was wary of being benefited to death. You know, and, you know, I don't want U2 to be the band that's benefited to death. I don't believe in using the stage as a soapbox. I really don't. And, you know, my songs are about questions, not answers. And I get very nervous if I think people are turning this rock and roll concert into a political rally.
I can understand why they're commencing to be pained about all this serious attention that's being paid to them. I mean, they don't want to be the UN of rock and roll bands, because there's this part of rock and roll that has got to stay outlawed.
There's a lot of laughter in and around U2 as well. You know, sometimes, you know, people can get the wrong impression. Think we're the band too stupid enough to enjoy being at #1. You know?
Sometimes all I see is red. But not tonight. Not tonight. Tonight I feel like, I don't know, Frank Sinatra. Sure like to sing like him. Good night, God bless you, we love you!